What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome, and it's a good video to start with, because what we're gonna do today, just to make it quick, I just want to make a quick video and talk about the channel, kind of what it is, why I started it, why, how it's evolved a little bit, over the short period that's been around. Obviously, it's not a very big channel. Yeah, kind of talk about the content that we've made and that we want to make. So, welcome. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell icon, like the video, dislike it if you don't, all that. I think this video is going to be one that kind of put up like a it's like the introduction video is kind of the one when you go to, sometimes at different site or different channels when you go to it, it's one like a very top place. Yeah, kind of what the channel's about. So, obviously, Bearded Vet Gamer, it's me, Steve. Hello. So kind of started the channel obviously to talk about games. Kind of it's in the name, right? And most of my content is centered around games, and then the couple of videos that I've done about books. Yeah, so originally just kind of started to just talk about video games, just kind of share my love of it, share just the nerd culture, all that. I've been a gamer all my life, playing it since as long as I can remember. Yeah, and been a big part of my life. But as I kind of thought about it, and as we've kind of been going, I've wanted to incorporate in what I've done, or what I've done, obviously some of the videos, if you've seen them. If not, go and watch them. Is incorporate more of things to help veterans, and to kind of bring attention to different avenues that can help veterans and those suffering from stress, PTSD, just anxiety, whatever the case is. So yeah, so that's kind of what I center around most of my content on, is that I want to do that. I want to help. I want to help veterans, and basically do a lot that I'll be honest, I didn't really think about a lot during my 10 years of military service in the National Guard. A lot of that active through a deployment to Iraq. I really didn't really focus too much on that, on the community of the veteran community, the military community, as kind of, was just there, something to do, as a job, and I enjoyed doing it for the most part, but it was never something like I didn't want to do it full time. And so obviously that's why I got out, and why I look like this. But yeah, so as I've thought about these last couple of years since I've been out, and kind of what I've seen, and just my own experience, just being a veteran now. I'm not an active service member, just in that veteran community, and seeing a lack, and not necessarily the lack of support, because there is a lot of support out there, but I feel like in especially obviously the bigger ones, I mean, including the VA, these bigger entities, that they give as best the care that they can. They try to address issues, but at the same time they don't address a lot of issues. And so yeah, that's kind of what I try to do. I just kind of try to put my own or get my own thoughts and experiences, and obviously fusing with what I love to help. And yeah, and the way I do that, and obviously with what a lot of people say, and a lot of people that I guess would be the stigma of gaming, is that oh yeah, it's that nerd culture. Oh yeah, I don't want to be labeled that. I don't want this. I don't want that. And it's one that in this day and age, it is such a, well, it's I guess it's an outdated stigma, because I mean, you see article after article of gaming being more popular and being more profitable than movies, than TV, than almost any other form of entertainment. I mean, especially this last year through the pandemic, that gaming was basically the center of literally almost everything. And so it does blow my mind when I see people, and I hear people, oh yeah, I'm not much of a gamer, I don't really play games. Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't fathom with me, just because that's really the large portion of my life. I mean, it's kind of what got me and my wife talking, really, was was a kind of our connection with gaming, even though she's not as much of a gamer as she says she was. She lied. But yeah, and so what I've wanted to bring to it, and what I've wanted to kind of, I guess, build the community around, and I guess really tear down some of the community that's already been established in that. And what with the biggest community has been with esports. The rise of the esports, the rise of the online multiplayer experiences with the Call of Duties, the Fortnites, these battle royale games. It's the way it is now, and I'm not knocking it because there is a lot of great things that come out of it. Obviously, they are awesome games. They make a ton of money, so obviously people play them. And I played them. I've enjoyed them. I've played Call of Duty since they've been around. Played a lot with my friends. And I was talking with a buddy of mine that I deployed with, that we talked about kind of the distinction, because we are kind of talking about gaming and stuff, and talking about how when we played a lot of Advanced Warfare. It was the newest Call of Duty out at the time. We played a lot of the zombie mode when we're deployed. The hour or so every few days through the time we were gone to when we were able to, that's what we played. And so we kind of were talking about the differences in the fact that we were playing to play with each other. Like, we weren't playing that multiplayer mode where you're playing against other people, you're competing, it's this big deal, and that's where a lot of veterans get a lot of in my opinion, you get a lot of anxiety for that. You get a lot of anger from that because it's competitive. It's you're trying to be the best, you're trying to be better than everybody else, that kind of thing. And that's the toxicity that, paired with the way people are today, it's a very dangerous combo, and especially for veterans, one suffering from PTSD, from crippling anxiety, depression, whatever the case is that you getting that kind of competitiveness. Again, this isn't for everybody. Obviously, every situation is different, and that type of thing could be stuff that saves people. But overall, it's such a dangerous community because it's all about tearing people down and be basically squashing on other people to be that top place, to be first, all that. It's always about being first, being the first one to do this, do that, get this out, all that kind of stuff. And it's dangerous. It sucks. And so that is why most of my content, if you've seen some of my videos and if you've been around for a little while, they are all centered around the more story-driven games, the RPGs, the action-adventure stuff, Zelda, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Final Fantasy, just whatever, Suikoden, so many, it's stuff that, it's games that you can get lost into. And then, the couple videos that I've done when I did my library tour and my books for vets, same type of thing. It's stuff that you can get lost in. It's stuff that you can, relate to the characters that you're reading about, that you're playing, that you're, imagining. And that's the type of community that I feel like we need, that, well, I want to promote, and that I feel like needs to get bigger. Yeah, it's a lot of them are single player experiences. Obviously, books, it's a personal hobby. Like, you can't really share books, really. I guess if you're having a book club, which is an awesome idea, one I've wanted to get into, but I don't know. I haven't gone down that avenue yet. But it's ones, and this is why I promote the content that I do. That, for one, I think it is a very healing type of content to be able to get lost in a character in a book, in a game, where you can relate to them, and either the same type of experiences they're going through or experiences that you wish you could go through. It's whatever. It gives you that escape. It gives you that sense of peace that really you won't find in a lot of these competitive games, and the games that are popular, the stuff you see all over Twitch, YouTube, all of that. So that's why I focus on all that. I focus on the retro games, the stuff that it gives a good story, it gives a good gameplay, it immerses you in that. And same with the books. Almost all the books I have, fantasy, sci-fi, all that it's these stories that aren't in real life, but it sucks you in. You can relate to it. And by doing stuff like that, even if it has nothing to do with what's going on in the real world, if you have anxiety about work, if you have depression from a past relationship, PTSD from a deployment, or you haven't been in the military at all, but you have a lot of symptoms, because it can happen. These type of stuff can help you heal. Even being able to turn your mind off and go through Demon Souls, killing bosses, and killing everything in sight. Even those harder games, it can leave you frustrated, but it can give you that sense of accomplishment, and it give you that, I guess, that time to let your mind start processing. And so that's what I've always wanted to focus on. And whether or not I do a good job or not, I don't know. But I want to help people. I want to basically really do a lot more than what I've done in my life. I'm a very reclusive person. I'm a very personal person. That I honestly don't. I'm a hermit. I mean, you can ask my wife. She hates that I never want to leave the house, because I don't. I want to be surrounded by books, by games. It's just my lifestyle. But I think it's very important to have that community, to have those friends that you can talk about the things that you enjoy. And so, if you've never gotten into reading, especially stuff like Brandon Sanderson, Robert Jordan, Rick Riordan, I'm reading one. Shoot, I don't even know the author, but it's 11 Thumps. yeah, and in the Gateway to Fu, that was the first one. I can't remember the author, but I'm reading that one right now. Great young adult novel. Or the games, the Final Fantasies, the Kingdom Hearts, the Zeldas, these great games that have been around forever that can let you escape for a little while. If you haven't tried any of that kind of stuff, do it. You won't regret it, and you'll be building memories that will last you a lifetime. I mean, most of the retro games I play, every one is tied to a memory. It's tied to something in my past. Whether it was Blue Dragon, it's one of the first games I got on the Xbox 360, or Final Fantasy VIII. I remember my older brother who passed away. I remember playing it with him on during Christmas break. So it's stuff that's the kind of stuff that's the community you need, even if it is an online community. World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, Guild Wars, all that. Me and my wife play Final Fantasy 14 together. It's you're playing games with other people, but it's in more of a healthy setting. You're not competing, you're working together for something, and that's the big thing. When you work together for something, that's when you build something that lasts. You build something that is productive and it's positive. And you know what? It's hopefully we can get rid of that negativity and transform the markets of the esports, the Call of Duty, the Battle Royale stuff, to be a more positive type of experience. Because again, I'm not knocking them. I enjoy playing it here and there, but it's the type of community that goes around where people are attacking other people. Men are rejecting women are attacking men. It's an unhealthy scene, and obviously that goes a lot deeper than just video games. It goes a lot deeper. It's a cultural thing. It's a societal thing. But we all have to start somewhere, and starting somewhere where you play some games where you get your mind right, and then you can help others. That's the process. You can't really help others until you're in a good place yourself. So there we go. That's my spiel. But yeah, so first time on the channel. Hope you stay. I have a lot of good content that I want to keep doing, and do partnerships, with Forge Forward and and these veteran communities to bring the love of gaming and the love of reading, books, all that to as many people as we can. Let's get it where they can enjoy this kind of stuff and help them heal, or just bring something new that you'll enjoy playing. So leave a comment in the comment section down below if you agree, you disagree. Let's start we can start dialogue. Yeah, other than that, we'll see you guys on the next one.